Thabiso Munyane and Paseko Marco has been offered to Kaizer Chiefs or are in advanced talks. So they say this is according to Mazola, the most prominent journalist in the country, which he works from SABC Sport, Nosinatewe Makongo. Those are the credible sources we've actually been using for a while when it comes to transfers and any player movements that we may actually come across. But in my mind, I'm thinking, no, man, it's a transfer season. So it's possible that they are working hand in hand with these journalists, which is my agents, because they're trying to make sure that they get the best deal for their clubs, also for their clients, because the would-be clubs are looking to recruit new players, obviously. And obviously, when you're coming from Pirates, there is a buzz, and you are mentioning Chiefs at the same time. There's going to be a buzz and a panic, and they may actually get them good deals at this point in time. That's my assumption. Not sure if they're true or not, but when you say advanced talks, yay, that means who knows? Maybe he has Chiefs inquired. We're not too sure. So that's what we're going to talk about today, because it is pre-season, let's say, or off-season. So we get to be able to understand what are the clubs planning for in the following season. So I want to touch on those things. And obviously, before I leave the video at the very end, there's something also I want to be able to share and being able to dive into a bit more. But hold on. What do we know about these two players? Let's start with Paseko Marco, because for me, was a bit of a shock. But when you hear other people, the concerns are how they're injury prone. And this is Kaizer Chiefs fans, for example. They're telling you, yeah, it's going to be another Bongana Sam situation if indeed the rumors are true. But I want to be able to add a bit of meat to it, because there's something, a bit of research that I did myself. So starting with Paseko Marco, looking at the numbers, never mind the player. Paseko Marco last season, this is 23-24, not the season coming from, the previous season, let's say, he played 5 matches because of injury. I think he got this very, very, very bad injury that actually sidelined him for the bitter part of, or the most part of the season. So I understand. Then last season, this is the season that we are coming from, he played 17 matches. Now, this season, all teams played 28. By my calculation, that's not bad. 65% of the matches. This is excluding CAF and cup matches. So he's played cup matches. He's also played in I think, a couple of their CAF run to the semi-final. That's Paseko Marco. So I'll leave it at there, because I want to talk about Paseko Marco later on. I want to jump in and Thabiso Munyane. Now, it's not a surprise for me, because when it comes to Thabiso, look, Kaizer Chiefs is in the market. We heard that Umhleli Mabuza has been linked with the Kaizer Chiefs as well. In essence, where he was due for an assessment. I've heard that actually, I think they've agreed terms and they're happy with him so far, and he's going to be joining them. Remember, Chiefs did announce that their pre-season is going to be again in Netherlands. It's going to be in Europe again. So the Europe tour the dates have been announced. So I'm guessing they want to beef up that department. So they're starting from the back, where we've seen that Tunabi is not happy with Solomons. The fans are not happy with the Solomons. And Reeve also being a first starter, if he's injured, we need a replacement. So Yala Thabiso, when they say he's been offered and they're in advanced talks with the Kaizer Chiefs, looking at his stats, last season or the previous season, he played 19 matches. This coming season that we've just ended, he played 5 matches. So it's a bit of a mismatch from Paseko and him. Also coming from an injury, but maybe the positive light I can say that probably Kaizer Chiefs could look into him is the profile. Thabiso, because he's a right wing back. He's good when he's healthy from time to time. But when you look at the competition that he has, there was Libito, Shandu, Van Rooyen, which is a new signing, and him. So he was actually, when he was selected, if he's healthy, that's the competition that he was playing against, when he has an opportunity to be to start even in that right channel. So he's used to the competition. He's a product. Orlando Pirates has been there for a couple of years. And in the couple of years that he's been playing there, he's been one of the names that have actually been campaigning or competing in that position. So it's only last season that we don't have a big sample size because of his injury problems. So this is where the conversation starts, where his injury prone comes in, because a lot of fans would not be happy if he's one of the person or one of the players are on the list. I'm guessing my guess is here, looking at the Kaiser Chiefs situation, is that if they do not get their targets, he's on the wish list. And remember, they can't exhaust their foreign spot. So that's the only guess I think why now Thabiso Munyan, because it was interesting that just after when he was offered to Kaiser Chiefs, Pirates had released it. So obviously, I think it was the agents wanting to hopefully for Kaiser Chiefs to jump on the wagon on this one. But my issue is now is the fact that when he's a free agent, again, there's that tag of a free agent where a lot of fans would not be happy because it's rather you get a player that still wants to be kept at the club. Because with the Bongani Sam situation as well, from actually the Pirates, it wasn't it feels like we're chasing rejects. And with the project that Kaizer Chiefs is trying to obviously sell to the brand, to the fans, the players that they bring in must more or less make sense. So those are one of the worries, but the positive side is, for me, in my opinion, I think it's a bit better than your Solomons, for example, and for the fact that he comes from a club that's been competing in the league, they've been number two, they've been playing CAF, and he's part of that mold. So I guess there's, obviously positives and negatives when it comes to Utabi. So that's my 2 cents about it. Leave your comment. Tell me what you think as a Pirates fan. Are you happy seeing him to? Are you happy seeing Thabiso leave? As a Kaizer Chiefs fan, again, this relationship, this marriage that the Soweto Giants have, do you think is the best? Looking at the season coming ahead, and tell me what you think. So, what do we know so far as well in terms of not free agents, but in terms of what's going on? So far, Pirates officially, not rumors, officially, they've released Innocent Maela, Mikel Tim, Thabiso, and Paseko Makoche on the list. As far as others, when you look at rumors, you have Uzakele Lipasa, which we're not too sure where he's going. Gilberto, I've heard wind that he might not come back. I don't know how that loan deal was with his previous club where he is now, but he's playing well. And obviously, the biggest elephant in the PSL at the moment when it comes to Munapule Saleh, which we're not also too sure in regards to what's going to happen to him. So that's one thing that all of us are keeping a close eye on. I'm going to cover that video. Should we hear anything that is concrete? Because we don't want to be speaking on speculation and rumors. So that's the only thing I'm also concerned about in regards to Pirates. And obvious, they're releasing players. We don't know which targets that they have. But the one thing that I'm concerned about, they still haven't announced the coach. Late so going into preseason when you don't have a coach. So that's one of the things I think is very interesting. When it comes to Sundowns, obviously we know they've left today, which is a Sunday. They've released their list of players that are going to go to the Club World Cup, which will cover that in the coming week. The only thing that we know about them so far is OKK, Kubamelo Kodisang. He's not happy, according to reports. And Utapelo Masego, a big name signing, and we haven't seen him. We've seen him being sent back to the TDC. It was really a bad sight to see, and it was really bored for a record signing. So those are the other players that they might leave. I heard about Suarez. There's rumors around him. Maboe from Supersport may not come back. So those are the kind of things that not yet confirmed. So we can't really have a concrete conversation about. Now, I want to look at Chiefs targets at the moment because that gives us light. Because seemingly those are the in the media they've covered so much about them. So those are the things that we actually can be able to talk about. Because in this week, definitely sure we might hear something cooking there. So So far, we heard about Apiwe Baliti. Apiwe Balita plays for SuperSport, for those who don't know. He's 23 years, and in this season coming, he played 15 games. So it's solid for us to be able to see. But okay, maybe if he's one of the targets, I'll talk about him soon. I just want to make a list. So we have Apiwe Baliti, we have Fawaz Basadin, we have now Paseko Marco joining the list, and Mohamed Hussein from Usimba. Now we have Apiwe is 23, Fawaz is 28. We have Paseko Malko, 31, injury prone, he has that tag. Then we have Mohamed Hussein, who also we've had reports that he hasn't renewed or he's not interested in renewing a contract this year. So we don't know with Nabi being there, maybe it's also another thing that we can look into, perhaps to think that he's thinking about signing. So I'm just checking the time. So he's thinking of signing also, or maybe is it one of those secret meetings that they've had? So those are the targets the Chiefs has in terms of my left back. So when you look at how things are going at the moment, you can only speculate because in the Bakamako, coming back to the stats that I gave you guys, I'm guessing this is if their primary target, which is with Fawaz Basadin. There's been a lot of media coverage and a lot of outcry, and they've publicly made it known. Nabi as well, and we have had the coach from Stellenbosch talking about the fact that he's a key player, he's an important player. They wouldn't like to lose him, but there is interest from big teams, which is the Kaizer Chiefs, maybe a big one, which is Orlando Pirates. So I think Kaizer Chiefs, what they're trying to do is that if the price they can't meet it or they can't meet because now if Pirates is in the race, we have Mamelodi Sundowns as well, who's been named as a team that's been on the list. They might just go back to Mohamed Hussein, which he could be a free agent. Not sure about his contract, and also Paseko Malco may be the third choice if because obviously in that position now they just have Cross, and if Mashian is leaving, those are the kind of things that you could be expecting to happen. So those are the assumptions. Those are the things that I'm thinking might happen when it comes to these targets. Whether Upaseko Manko is a good signing or not, I think it's up to the club itself. Because if Apiwe is actually joining the team as well, I don't think they could be. It could be the worst thing that they could have done. I just think for them, we deserve. I think a target like Kufawas. I think for the next 2-3 years, it would have been good for the so-called project. But I think second, third options, it's quite wise to have. So that's all I have in regards to what's happening around the big three and this whole thing about Utabiso Munyani and Paseka Marco. So tell me what you think. I'd like to hear from you guys. Thank you, those who keep. If you've watched until this far, just know I appreciate you. So tell me what you think. Let's have the conversation. Do you think Paseka Marco and all the towers that I've actually listed now, it is good for Ikazi Chiefs to have? And are they good targets for, obviously, what Kaizer Chiefs is trying to achieve? And maybe the big thing is, can Pasadena maybe be signed by the Pirates? That's why they're releasing Paseka, because for me, he is a good signing. Sorry, he's a good player, let me say, and he's one of them things in that position. So he was for me, a fan favorite to a certain degree. So let's see you on the next episode. Tell me what you think, and let's have a conversation. This is your boy Mshini on the test line. Signing off.